You're constantly putting poison in yourself. And your body's like, hey man, I don't know what the fuck you're doing here, but can you stop? And you don't. So what does it do? It gives you a debilitating fucking headache so that it forces you to stop doing the stupid shit that you do. Hey yo, what's happening? Welcome back to the show. My name is Byron Ovenstone. I appreciate you guys for joining me. It is a fucking gloomy and shitty day in Southern California today. So we've got the blasting lights on. We've got the lights in the back to try and offset the fuckery that's going on ahead of me. But anyway, it's not going to stop today's message because I came across a little something over the last 2 to 3 weeks, and I've really been like mulling it over and trying to understand it because it's not making sense to me. And I realized that it's just a pattern of life. It's what people do when they get into a routine or something along those lines anyway. And it's like, okay, cool, things are going well. And then they break that habit or that routine by doing shit that used to not serve them, by doing things that used to pull them back. And then they wonder why they just like make 10 steps forward and 10 steps back, 10 steps forward, 10 steps back. And they never really change anything. But the reality is that they just haven't put the process in motion for long enough. And what do I mean? So let's say you decide, hey man, I'm going to get healthy, fit, strong. I'm going to turn everything around. I'm carrying an extra 40, 50, 60 pounds, whatever. I'm going to get healthy, fit, strong. I'm going to lose this weight. I'm going to start feeling better, looking better, start respecting the guy in the mirror, building my confidence, my self-esteem, all of that good stuff, right? So you start this journey. You join a program like mine or another program, any program, who cares? You start doing something. Maybe you even go at it alone. Good for you. And then what happens? You string a few days together and you're like, bro, I just won fucking 5 days in a row. I'm going to reward myself. And then how do you reward yourself? You reward yourself by doing the shit that used to stop you from making progress in the past. And then you're shocked that you take 5 steps forward and then you take one huge step back. And 5 steps forward and one huge step back. And you never see progress. And then you have the audacity to say, maybe this fitness thing's not for me. Maybe I'm just meant to be fat. Oh, it's my genetics. And blah, 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 blah. Right? You just word vomit and justify the fact that you're making fucking shitty choices. When the reality is this. Let's say you dial your shit in. You join my program that Nick, Bedros, Josh, and I run. It's called the Agoge. You join our program. We give you your macros. We give you workouts. We start coaching you from a mindset perspective. We get you fucking dialed. You start looking phenomenal. You take your shirt off in the morning and you're like, damn, I can see some shape happening. I like this. But then what happens? The guys get complacent. They get comfortable and they go, well, you know, I had 10 days in a row of doing awesome shit. So I'm going to have a day where I just blow out and cheat. Boom. Back to square one. The program's not working, Byron. The program was working just fine. You stopped working the program. That's the reality. You stopped doing the shit that you know you needed to do, and you went back to old comforts. You went back to the process or the pattern of life that used to fuck you up in the first place. Oh, I'm just going to have 1 or 2 drinks. Oh, I'm just going to sit on the PlayStation for a few hours. Oh, I'm just going to have a tray of donuts or a gallon of ice cream. And I'm not shit-talking you or putting you on blast. I'm letting you know that this is a pattern that shows up frequently. Even for me. When I first started this thing, it took me nearly 18 fucking months. That's how retarded I was at the time. Nearly 18 months of stopping and starting and overpromising and under-delivering and breaking the fucking confidence and self-esteem that I was building over a 4 or 5 day period, and then boom, wrecking it. And then like, oh, maybe it's not for me. Okay, I'm going to push pause on this for a minute. I'm not quite ready yet. And then I'll be like, oh, I'm going to start my diet on Monday. So then on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I would be an absolute cock and eat like a fucking idiot. Why? Because diet starts Monday. And I'm going to restrict all of this shit and take everything off the table and be fucking miserable. And then what happens? You start on Monday, but you don't start on Monday because you feel like shit. You've had a weekend of being a fucking moron. And now Monday, you feel like the arse end of nowhere. And you feel like you're fucking dying. So like, oh, not today, Byron. Let's start next Monday. And you repeat that pattern for a while too. Stupid. And then finally you do get going. And finally you do string a couple days together. And you start feeling fucking good. It's crazy how quick this shit fucking kicks off. You have 4 or 5 days in a row of like doing some good stuff, building some good habits and good momentum. You drink more water. You eat less bullshit, less processed food. You eat the right stuff. You fuel the body correctly. You get some sleep. You cut some of the alcohol off the table. And holy shit, you feel better, look better. And it's that quick. And then you go, I deserve a weekend off because I had 4 days of being awesome. Really? That's what we're doing now? That's how we're showing up now? And then you do the weekend of awesome. And you break the habit. And you break the pattern. And you start again. And you start again. And you start again. Do you know that the average person can't do anything for 21 days? The standard of being phenomenal these days is so low that the average person can't commit to anything for 21 days or more. They've done studies on this. 90-something% of people will quit within the first 20 days of starting anything. Learning new languages, fucking diets, workouts, making more money, side hustles, you name it, they quit within 20 days. So all you have to do to be phenomenal is commit for longer than 20 days. And now you're the upper percentile of the population. There's a reason we give you patterns of life that you have to follow on our program. We're literally rewiring how you show up. We're getting you to drink more water and track it. We're getting you to eat better food and track it. We're getting you to move your body every fucking day and shock, you track it. Why do we get you to track it? It's not because we're that anal. Obviously, we want to see the data. It helps us too. We can better program for you and we see data. And we see what's working and what's not working. But over and above that, it's so that you take that fucking box and then you log into your app and you see, holy shit, I've done 45 days in a row. The average person quits 20 days. I'm twice as good as the average person. I'm not going to quit today. Maybe tomorrow. But I'm going to get my shit done today because I don't want to break that streak. And now you're reinforcing good behaviors. Does it mean you can't have a cheat meal? Of course not. There's method to the madness. You can, of course, enjoy a day of higher calorie as long as you offset it. And I've talked about this in other YouTube videos before, but I'll give you the summary now real quick. Let's say, for easy numbers, your calories every single day are 2,000. I'm just going to do that because it's easy. I just wanted simple math, okay? So over the period of a week, that's 14,000 calories. Now, if on a Saturday you're going to have 4,000 calories, okay, understand that the remainder of the week, you're going to have to take away that 4,000. So now you're at 10,000 calories, 10,000 divided by 6. And that's how many calories you're going to eat every day up until Saturday. And then on Sunday, you're going to do that again. So what is it? Like 1,800 calories, 1,750, something like that. So now Monday to Friday, 1,750. Saturday, 4,000. You have a blowout. Sunday, 1,750. Boom. Your 7-day average remains the same. You're still at 2,000 calories a day. You're still in a deficit. You will be fine. But what do? We don't have a 4,000 calorie day. We have a 10,000 calorie day because we're stupid. We eat fucking 10 bags of Cheetos and 2 trays of donuts and 4 gallons of ice cream. And then we're all fucked up. Oh my God, I'm goddamn dying. Feel like shit. I'm in a sugar coma. I have to sleep it off for the rest of the day. And then Sunday, rinse and repeat and do it again. And then Monday, you feel like shit and you don't do it. And you don't track your food. And you're borderline dying. And then this is how that old pattern shows up. So understand, guys, there is method to the madness. There is reasons why you need a coach. It's because we see around corners you don't even know exist yet. We are planning. It's like a game of chess. You see the next move, we're already playing 4 or 5 moves ahead of you. Why? Because that's what you pay us for. That's why we are who we are, and that's why we're as good as we are at what we do. But if you don't have the funds for a coach, I mean, you should. Let's be honest. It's like fucking $2.99 a month or something stupid. It's like it's fucking pocket change. But let's say you don't, and you want to go at it alone. Understand that you're not going to see the results you want to see if you continually build some momentum and then break it with the patterns of life that used to fuck you up in the first place. You're not celebrating anything. How is that a celebration? By putting yourself back and by making yourself feel like shit and by doing all of the actions that used to put you in a dark fucking place where you didn't like you. How is that moving forward? How is that progressing? How is that a reward? It's not a fucking reward. It's self-sabotage. You guys need to start putting that together in your fucking heads. You're sabotaging yourself. And then you're wondering why you're not showing up and not getting the results that you want to see from this life. It's because at every opportunity you fucking sabotage yourself and you justify the reason why. It's like a fucking crackhead going, well, I've had 10 days of being sober. I should reward myself with fucking crack. No, you stupid dick. You should reward yourself by not having any more crack and continuing building that momentum. Continuing doing the shit that's working. Because when you were cracked out, you were a fucking moron. It's not rocket science stuff, guys. None of this is fucking, is like brain surgery. That's what blows my brain the most. Like none of this is rocket science. It's not brain surgery. I'm not here fucking curing cancer, although I'm pretty sure if you changed your diet, you'd probably help yourself out a ton. But like, we're just so conditioned. And you can go into like the fucking tinfoil hat syndrome where it's like, we're being programmed this way, and I wouldn't be shocked if we were. But it takes an active choice. At some point, you guys need to look in the mirror and go, okay, man, what I'm doing today is not working. The shit that I eat makes me feel like shit, gives me brain fog. Those of you that are suffering from headaches all the time, and I speak to people all day, every day, who are suffering from fucking headaches, bro, clean up your fucking diet and drink more water, and I bet you those headaches disappear. Those headaches are there because you're constantly putting poison in yourself. And your body's like, hey man, I don't know what the fuck you're doing here, but can you stop? And you don't. So what does it do? It gives you a debilitating fucking headache so that it forces you to stop doing the stupid shit that you do. Like your body will tell you what the fuck you need to do. And everyone is so out of tune with themselves that they have no fucking clue. And they're so desperate to reward themselves because that's what society does as a whole. Think about it. Every celebration, every time you mourn, every kind of fucking anything revolves around eating too much food, drinking too much alcohol. That is how everyone celebrates. Oh, it's a new year, get fucked up. Oh, it's your birthday, get fucked up, eat too much food. Oh, it's graduation, get fucked up, eat too much food. Always the solution. It's the go-to for fucking everything. Are you shocked that you're overweight, that you feel like shit when the fucking backbone of how you reward yourself is by being an asshole? Like, come on, man. Surely we're smarter than this at this point. Surely we've got some brain cells that come together and go, maybe drinking too much and eating too much as a reward system is not the one because I don't feel very rewarded afterwards. You get that immediate like fucking satisfaction and then you feel like a piece of shit for fucking hours afterwards. That's not a reward. So stop sabotaging yourself. Stop self-sabotaging. Stop being the fucking crab that pulls your own ass down. Like spread those wings, man. Go all in on you. Invest in yourself. Stop allowing yourself to talk yourself out of being a fucking savage. Because somewhere deep down, each and every single one of us have this little nagging voice. Hey man, let me loose. Let me out. Let me do my thing. And we fucking suppress that asshole. We fucking cram him back down there. And we suppress him through drinking too much, eating too much, vices like porn, fucking drugs, and everything else. Gaming, caffeine, any kind of escape. That's how you suppress him or her. And then you're shocked that you're miserable. And you're shocked that life's not going your way. You're shocked that you make minimum wage. You show up with minimum effort. and you just fucking tick a box. And then you wonder why you're not living life on your terms. You're wondering why you're so easily fucking manipulated. Think about it. Back in the day when we had the whole fucking pandemic and they were giving out donuts, how many people were lining up to get a fucking jab because they got a free donut? Like, is that how fucking far we've fallen as a society? That to get a free burger or a fucking bag of chips or a donut will get us to do pretty much anything? You don't think you've been conditioned? You don't think that they're forcing you into a corner by hyperinflating everything? I don't know about you, man, but my fucking grocery bill is through the roof. We don't eat that much more food. In actual fact, we've taken food off the table. We're making better food choices. But we still get fucked. Our grocery bill is obscene. And I'm pretty sure you're feeling the same thing. You don't think you're being backed into a corner? You don't think there's some kind of bigger play here to where maybe, just maybe, you become dependent? Maybe, just maybe, they get to control you just that little bit more? Because the reality is, man, all of us have some very basic human needs. And when those aren't met, our fight or flight reptilian brain goes through the roof. And we get desperate, and we get stupid, and we get illogical. You don't think that they're trying to trigger that in one way, shape, or form? You don't think there's a bigger play here to where, hey man, if we take away some of their comforts and we force them to need us, that we can manipulate things a little further? We can force people into doing things they don't really want to do, but they have to because they want to put food on the fucking table, or keep that roof over their head, or keep the fucking lights on. So at some point, get out of this fucking brain fog. At some point, stop buying into the narrative. At some point, let that little voice in the back of your head that's telling you that there's more to this game called life and that you deserve more, let him loose. Let him start fucking guiding you. If you've read any of Napoleon Hill's stuff, he calls it the other self. The real fucking you. The guy that you were born to be. Let him come to the surface. Trust that motherfucker. Because he knows what's up. He has infinite possibility. He has infinite ability to do fucking anything and make anything a reality for you. But if you keep fucking poisoning him, suppressing him, sabotaging him, are you shocked that you're mediocre? You keep drifting. Are you shocked that you don't get anything accomplished? How many of you do a to-do list every single day of the main tasks that you absolutely have to achieve and then don't go to bed until you've done it? Think about a couple weeks ago, or maybe even last week, I can't remember at this point, where I was talking about, like, if someone had a gun to your fucking head and said you have to make $1 million a year, the lengths you would go to make that happen. There would be no stone unturned. You would do whatever the fuck it takes. What happens? You're comfortable, you're complacent, and you're easily manipulated because you've got just enough to be satisfied. But remember a year ago when just enough was a little bit more than it is today? And remember 5 years ago when just enough was even more than it is today? And then you go back 4 decades to where people were buying houses for like 150 grand. And now we're not even able to buy a house like this, which is not even that impressive. I mean, it's, I don't even know. But it's like $1.8 million for a fucking house. How many people have got 1.5 or 1.8 just kicking around? Not many people. You think that's not by design? You don't think that prices have been inflated to the point where most people are forced into poverty? Where the middle class went from a large portion to them basically being eradicated altogether? If you don't know a whole hell of a lot about history, you might want to check into it a little bit. Pretty much every single society that's collapsed eradicated the middle class. And you have the super wealthy and the super poor. Which bucket are you kind of falling into? There's a high probability most of you went to the poverty side. Why? Because you constantly sabotage yourself. Anytime you build some momentum, you break it with shit that used to hold you back. And you call it a reward. Because you've been told that that's how you reward yourself. Why don't you reward yourself by being the most savage motherfucker that you can be? Why don't you reward yourself by knowing that you're stronger than a fucking donut? Or stronger than a fucking can of Coke? Isn't that more rewarding? To know that you can actually have a fucking control on that shit? That you determine what happens, when it happens, and how it happens? That you can look in a mirror and be stoked as fuck with the guy looking back? Because he does what he says, he sticks to the fucking plan, and he does the work that's related to those two tasks in hand. Isn't that more rewarding than a fucking donut that makes you feel like shit 30 minutes after you've eaten it? And then the track record that you build thereafter, where you become unfuckwithable. That's the real reward. When all of a sudden you're so fucking clear in your head because you've stopped poisoning yourself, that you see opportunities average Joe doesn't. That you start doing things that seem extraordinary. But it's only extraordinary because everyone else has been so fucking dulled that now just being a guy that's normal is obscene and unheard of. 1 in 4 people you meet is a millionaire. Nearly 1 in 30,000 people you meet have abs. Or have the ability to reveal their abs. You're telling me that's not by design? When you go back in history and not everyone was a fat fucking lump of lard? There's a meme floating around somewhere where it talks about like the fattest guy on earth. And it wasn't that long ago. And he's like built like the average American today. But at one point he was a fucking circus act of being the fattest man on earth. And now we're surrounded by them. We've got 600-pound people. We were never designed to be 600 pounds. It's fucking embarrassing. So please, start using this thing. You have a fucking supercomputer in your head. And there's a reason that they're putting it on blast. There's a reason they're taking the fucking power away. And they're feeding you a bunch of junk. Imagine you were a Lamborghini, or you owned a Lamborghini. Are you pumping it full of trash, fucking cheap parts? Are you using the cheapest gas, the cheapest oils? Or are you looking after that motherfucker and fueling it the right way? Giving it the best? Well, if you're the guy that's going to give your Lamborghini the best, but yourself the worst, you're a fucking moron. That's just a fact. You should be putting in only the fucking best. Only the best goes in here and here. Why? Because that's how you stay sharp. That's how you beat the system. That's how you become the 1% rather than 99. It's easy being the 99. Just go to sleep, wake up, you're the 99. It's not impressive. You want to be the fucking 1%? That takes some good choices. That takes paying attention to what the fuck's going on around you and being better and forcing yourself to be better. And when that voice gets a little bit loud and it wants to sabotage you, because that's what we're designed to do, we like to sabotage, you stay strong and you play the game and you play for the long run, not the instant gratification. There's a reason everything's becoming easier. You're being conditioned to like easy, to like quick. Amazon Prime, DoorDash, fucking OnlyFans. God, what else? Instacart, all of it. It's immediate satisfaction. Oh, I want a bagel. Boom, bagel turns up. Oh, I want coffee. Coffee turns up. Oh, I want a PlayStation. PlayStation turns up. Oh, I want to see some tits. Tits turn up. You don't think that's by design? You don't think you're being conditioned to forget delayed gratification? You don't think you're being conditioned to want immediate now? Because that means you have no impulse control. How do you get abs? By having fucking impulse control. How do you get wealthy? By having impulse control. No one that has no impulse control is wealthy. And if they are, it's because they had wealth handed to them, and they're not going to stay wealthy for very long. Because they have no impulse control. They have no discipline. Those people that are wealthy, truly, truly wealthy, they've learned discipline and impulse control. Those people that are the fucking 1% on the bodybuilding stage or in anything, sports, whatever, impulse control and discipline. You think that they're taking that away from you by accident? It's by design. Be better. Delayed gratification will always have you winning. So cut the shit. Stop celebrating by doing vices that put you in a fucking doghouse in the first place. Stop going back to the gutter every time you try and break out. It's dumb. It's fucking patterns of life that need to be eradicated immediately. Stop going all in on you. Stop building a track record. And then track the fuck out of that shit. There's a whiteboard over here. I track my fucking weight every single day. It's just another metric that I can use. And I track my nutrition every day. Why? Because I want that track record. I want to see the numbers up there every day. It's just another thing that reminds me, hey bro, we're 18 days or 20 days into the month and I haven't missed a single day this month. I didn't miss a single day last month or the month before that. Feels pretty good. Feels pretty fucking good. To know that while everyone else is fucking sleeping on their dreams, sleeping on their goals, doing the bare minimum, I'm not. I wake up, I get it done, and then I put it in fucking black and white. So that when I do have a waver, where I do think, maybe I shouldn't do this today, maybe I should fuck it all up, maybe I should self-sabotage, because I'm fucking good at that too. Trust me, if it was a fucking Olympic sport, I'd take gold. I can just look over there or look over there. I have two whiteboards either side of me, both tracking different shit. I can look there or I can look there and I can go on track. Don't miss. One more day. Let's build one more day of momentum. Sacrifice one more day. And then tomorrow I sacrifice just one more day. It's like Alcoholics Anonymous, man. Just win today. Don't commit to never drinking again. Just commit to not drinking today. Commit to your goals just today. And then tomorrow comes and you commit just tomorrow. And you'll be fucking blown away by just what you're capable of when you commit to something as simple as that. So please stop the sabotaging. Please stop rewarding yourself with the shit that put you in the gutter in the first place. I'm not talking as if I'm like some kind of high and mighty motherfucker who doesn't make mistakes. I make mistakes. I told you I made 18 months of the same mistake. It's fucking dumbass shit. But understand that I learned from that process, and now I literally coach people through this. You need to stop reverting back to old patterns that put you in the gutter in the first place, that made you miserable in the first place, that put your fucking marriage on the line in the first place. How many people cheat on their fucking fiancés or wives, and then like their wife forgives them and they cheat again? And it's like, well, you didn't think that that was something that you probably shouldn't do? No, it's a pattern of life. They revert back to old selfish ways. Kill it. Stop. Stop rewarding yourself with the shit that doesn't serve you. Do more of the shit that works. That's the best reward. And then do it for longer. And like I've said, thousands and thousands of times at this point, your goals have already happened. Time just hasn't caught up yet. If you play the game for long enough, if you commit to the process long enough, if you sacrifice for long enough, you will get the result. It's inevitable. But if you don't, it's all suffering. That's what you guys need to understand as well. It's all suffering. You're either going to suffer the fucking consequences of poor decisions, or you're going to suffer the consequences of discipline. Either way, you suffer. It's just, what do you want? Do you want to remain in the gutter? Do you want to remain overweight? Do you want to remain miserable, suicidal, depressed, invisible, overlooked, unrespected, all that other shit that comes with being a fucking moron and self-sabotaging? Or do you want to pay the price, the sacrifice of discipline, consistency, self-mastery, and eventually over time live life on your terms, to where you're not penny pinching, to where you're not paycheck to paycheck, to where you're not controlled by a fucking donut? How sad that as a society we've become controllable by a fucking donut or a burger or a fucking slice of pizza. That's what people are selling out in their dreams for now. a 99-cent donut. Well, actually, I live in California, so it's like fucking $6 for a goddamn donut. But $6 to sell out on your fucking dreams? That's the price? Hey man, I'll give you the $6 to play the game for one more day. I'll literally give you the fucking dollar or the $6 to just commit one more day and play the same game again tomorrow. Because off the back of that, can you imagine the fucking savage that you become? When you learn to meditate, when you learn to delay gratification, when you learn to seek discomfort and do hard shit that puts you in a position of growth. You just do those three things, and maybe the fourth, pay attention to what the fuck you put in. Input, both in your head and in your mouth. You pay attention to those four things, you'll become unstoppable. This savage within you will break free so fucking hard, so fucking fast. A year from today, you won't even recognize the fucker that you were January 1st last year. You'll be like, how the fuck did he do anything? This guy's a monster. I'm unfucking stoppable. All you got to do is those four things. Rinse, repeat every fucking day. It's that simple, which is why most people don't do it, because it is too easy. It is too simple, and it's not flashy. It's kind of boring. But I choose boring and successful over flashy and broke, flashy and miserable, flashy and suicidal. Been both. Been fucking flashy and wealthy, but wanting to kill myself. How fucking stupid. I've been broke and dialed in. And it was unstoppable. Didn't matter what life threw at me. I was like, bring it. What else you got, motherfucker? Try break me. You can't. That's the level of confidence you want to carry. That's the level of self-esteem you want to carry. But it comes through work. It's earned. You can't look in the mirror and give yourself affirmations. I'm confident, I'm confident, I'm confident. And think you're going to be fucking confident. It doesn't work that way. You're not a fucking moron. Your brain goes, no, we're not. Because confidence is earned. Self-esteem is earned. You don't just tell yourself you have it and it's there. It's earned through hard work, blood, sweat, tears, all that shit. So do it. Commit to it. Unlock that 2.0, 3.0, 4.0 you. And then get to a point where you look back and you're like, holy shit. Fucking stud. I'm unstoppable. And you have the house, you have the car, you have the woman, you have the kids, you have everything you wanted. Because you earned it. You did the work. You stopped sabotaging. You stopped rewarding yourself with stupidity. Run the play, man. This shit's not rocket science. It's really fucking simple. It truly is really fucking simple. It's what blows my brain about it, the fact that people just don't get it. And they revert back to being stupid. And revert back to doing some stupid ass dumb shit on a consistent basis under the guise that they're rewarding themselves. Which is mind-blowing in the first place. So kill it. Stop your shit. You don't have to be perfect, but just be better today than you were yesterday. And rinse and repeat that. And a year from today, like I said, you won't even recognize the motherfucker you were. Because you've done the work. You've earned it. That's all I got for you guys today. I know it went a little lengthy. I know I kind of got a little heated from time to time. But listen, man. This shit's not rocket science. You guys are better than this. Please stop playing this stupid game. It's not hard. Just win today and then go to bed. And win tomorrow and go to bed. And win the next day and go to bed. Stop sabotaging. Everything you want from this game called life comes at a price. And that price is discipline. If you don't want to have discipline, you're not going to have what you want. If you don't have delayed gratification, you're not going to have what you want. That's why everyone buys into these get-rich-quick schemes. Motherfuck. The amount of shit I see online about get rich in 24 hours. 1 month I made $150,000. All you have to do is click this link and then download this program. Okay. And that's why everyone's doing it and no one's rich, right? The only fucker that's rich is the dude selling the program. But everyone's so desperate for the shortcut Buy my 7-day ab workout. Really? You're 75 pounds overweight, motherfucker. You think you're going to see your abs in 7 days by doing a couple crunches? Are you fucking moronic? Come on, guys. Logic. Turn that brain on. Stop fueling it with a bunch of crap. Start investing in yourself. Play the long game. Give yourself a year. Say, hey man, I'm going to commit to this shit for a year. And if it doesn't work, I gave it the best I could for a full year. Do that. And I promise you, you will see phenomenal results. And if you don't know where to start, motherfucker, join my program. There's probably a link in the description somewhere. Join my fucking program. I'll take you under my wing. I'll turn you into a fucking monster. I'll turn you into an unstoppable fucking monster. And if I don't, I'll give you a refund. I'm so confident that I'll fucking crush and turn you into the monster you were born to be. I'll fully refund you if you don't see the results. If you do everything I ask you to do and you don't see the results, I will fully refund you. I won't ask questions because the data will speak for you. I will see that you worked out every day. I'll see that you tracked your shit every day. And if nothing for you changes after doing all of that work, hey man, I'll fucking quit my job because at that point I'm fucking stupid and I don't know what I'm doing. But I know that won't happen. So if I'm that confident in me, why are you not that confident in you? Get to it. It's time. Please like, subscribe, and share. I'll see you guys next time. Cheers for now.